I wonder, do they have those, what do you call it?
Smoke alarms?
Hold on, let me get the word. Recycle, the trucks. Do they come only once a week?
Yeah,
They should have them come twice a week.
more than that, probably.
Fuck, look how full it is.
Yeah, I know. Fills up in about half a day when they bring it back. It's full. People put stuff on the floor as well.
The guy who has to do it.
Hey?
The guy that has to do it, probably not a happy camper.
Yeah, probably not. But it's still dry garbage compared to the wet garbage. You should see the wet garbage here. Oh,
really?
Oh, there's wet garbage, food, drinks everywhere on the floor, on the fucking wall.
Are you serious?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be the guy that picks that up. The other one is dry garbage. Just you know, toss it in and off you go. They obviously need more bins for both, for wet and dry garbage.
The room's not big enough for it.
It is big enough, it's just that they're cheap bastards, they don't want to buy any more bins. They can actually rent them. Usually that's what they do, rent it from the garbage company. They don't buy it, they rent it. It costs a little bit of money to do that, I suppose. Yeah, they need to have them come in twice, maybe 3 times a week. When we first came there, it would fill up by the end of the week.
Yeah.
Now, like half an hour, it's full. Well, where did all the garbage come from? Are people keeping it in the apartment and waiting for a bin to come back? No idea. I didn't plan well on that part, I don't think. Underestimated the amount of garbage that people can create. Going to Walmart?
Yeah.
There goes an open web steel joist. They call those OWSJ, open web steel joist. The depth is span times 0.8.
They're building more condos there or something?
No, that's a dealer.
Oh, they're expanding it.
Yeah. Or maybe it's a brand new dealer. Maybe not an extension of this one, but another one. Yeah, it's
Hyundai, I think.
Yeah, the other one is Hyundai, so maybe they are expanding it. We used to design those bastards, the trusses and the joists. Just got the engineer to come in the afternoon for about 10 minutes, spent the drawing, and then he goes away. Sends an invoice to the boss. In the meantime, we designed it all. There was an all-Hungarian guy that came to Canada in 1956 when the Russians came into Hungary and occupied it. He used to come to the office. Henry, he's a really nice guy, excellent guy. He would open the doors and click his heels like a German would.
Oh,
Hello there! How's everybody? I remember him, Henry Kennedy actually. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. Elderly guy. He's like grandfatherly type, you know. Yeah. He's a really nice guy. They can call him up any time for information. Nowadays, if you call an engineer, they send you an invoice right away. This guy, we can pick his brain and ask him for advice and information and give it to us for free. Really great guy. Once in a while you meet such people, you know, in the
Yeah.
industry. Imre. We used to call him Emery, but that was wrong. His name was Imre. Kennedy. Kennedy. Used to drive a Volkswagen Rabbit, and every once in a while the belt would snap. So take, you know, on the engine,
Yeah.
there's a belt there.
Yeah, yeah.
So you take his actual
Belt.
belt from the pants and wrap it around and come to the office. Sorry, my car broke down. I was late. Put the belt in there. How did you do that? Oh, I just took my belt off. Very gifted. You know, you should. Yeah. The boss used to use him because he was cheaper than others, right?
Yeah.
And we would actually do most of the work anyways, even though we were not engineers, but they taught us that in school, so we knew how to do it. And most of the time he would just come in and look at the drawing, stamp it, go home, send an invoice to the boss, and that'd be good. When he died, he was about maybe 70 years of age when I worked back in the mid-70s. We used to have another guy who was a mechanical engineer. He was Irish. And he died of a heart attack down in Florida one time. He was on vacation, he died of a heart attack
jeez.
down there. Yeah. Then we had Jack, I forget his last name now, who was an electrical engineer. We would do all this work for these guys, you know, and they would just come in and stamp the bloody drawings, get paid, and off they go. But I remember the Irish guy, mechanical engineer, come in one time, and we were talking about something. He said, turns over to him and says, "Nick, you sure you're not Irish?" It's like, the fuck is that
Probably
accent?
because you talked with the accent with him when he talk it.
Yeah,
You seem to do that.
yeah. I started talking like him, right? He was
Yeah.
Irish. I forget his name now. Turns over to him and said, "Nick, you sure you're not Irish?" No, last time I looked, I don't think so. Somehow I had the gift of imitating their accents. If I start talking to them, I start talking like them.
Well, I'd like to hear you do a Jamaican.
Oh, I can't do that one. No, that one I cannot do, sweetie. Moan. Hey, Moan. Moan. But the Irish, Scottish, English came to me quite easily. I don't know why.
It's because you were taught with a guy that had an accent.
It's got to be more than that.
No.
Maybe it's just the way they pronounce their
Wait,
words that came to me
because
rather easy.
He taught you with an accent, and you picked up on it from when you were learning English.
I might have listened
From
to
when
them.
you were learning English.
Yeah. I might have listened to them for too long, eh?
But your English, you were taught by
South African.
when he had an accent.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the good for it.
So I mean, you're learning English from him. You're gonna pick up on his accent.
He gave me shit one time when the class was over at the end of the day, 3:20 in the afternoon. We all would stand up. So obviously I didn't understand what he said, and I stood up, right? Just before we were to go. And he turns over and said, "Nick, sit down. Ladies first." "You're not a lady. Sit down." Okay. Yeah. It's like my second day in class or something. I had no idea what the hell was going on. "Ladies first." Okay. Of course, we were all tiny, right? Little girls, little boys. Yeah, he taught me a lot of English. And so did Mr. Agostino, who was Italian-Canadian during the recess. Not recess, during the time when the kids would have French. But even during the lunch hour, sometimes he would grab me aside and pull me into the room, and then we'd sit down. They had me write down the numbers. Like, it's easy to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and whatever, but you had to write them down.
Yeah, to remember them.
Yeah. So I would memorize how to spell numbers and stuff, and I'd write them down. Mr. Agostino. He was the one that gave us, or pulled us back into the class after somebody did bad things during the phys ed class, and we all had to pay the price, right? So I got mad and I said, why did you pull us all back into the class when only one kid was bad? Why do we have to pay the price for the other bad kid? I don't remember what his answer was. Yeah, I got mad. So fuck, looking forward to the gym class, and all of a sudden, because one kid is screwing off, everybody has to pay the price. Rebel. Good. Do you want me to drop you off at the door, sweetie?
Oh, I could walk.
You could walk. It's only -4. I'll get you up -68.
Chilly.